Jeez. Hey Avila, today's a peak for SPY, heading in next week to the downside. That is my sense. That's what I'm seeing. I have to say, I did not expect us to go this high. Like, definitely didn't. Now, on the 1 year, I do have it predicted that we have a high for the year here in November, and then it looks like possibly another one here in early December. But it's hard to see if we're going to hit it again. It's difficult to determine at this juncture. Hey, buddy, you want to come up? Um, Thank you, Hermes. So we're on point as far as the high in November. Thank you, Hermes. I have to work now, buddy. But yeah, I got in a little bit early, not expecting us to go this high. I figured we might go a little bit higher, but wow, if I'd known we were going that high, for whatever reason, I just didn't expect that. Um, and so, with that said, I said if we do go higher, there's a better opportunity. You want to double down on the short again today. Same situation. If you're cost averaging down on shorts, to be clear, with especially with options, if you're cost average down on puts, you want to be very, very careful when it starts to go in your favor, not to try and hold on to that the full position just because it's now moving in your favor. Chances are it's not going to make it into profitable territory. That's greed mentality, right? When you cost average down on a put, it's because you're trying to recoup the loss that you took on the put with a little bit of a move back. At least for me, that's how I see it. I never try to I'll sell it when it comes back down. I'll sell it, make my money back, and then I'll have the original number of position or number of contracts as the original position. So any case, here we are. We've got the Ace of Wands. Like I said in the Mercury retrograde live stream, most of the time when we enter into pre-shadow, there's a significant reversal, usually near a high of some kind, and you decline pretty notably through the pre-shadow. That's most of the time. There's 4 cases looking back since 2007 when I started watching these three to 4 times a year, depending on how you count it. There's been 4 cases where the pre-shadow was intensely to the upside. So I think tomorrow is going to be a very clear indication. And sometimes the reversal will start a little early. So we're kind of in a little bit of a no man's territory, meaning that this could have been the start of the influence right here early. But more likely things are going to go according to plan. We have the high here as predicted on the 7th, and we should turn around and decline into lows mid-month. Now, if tomorrow we end up going higher, that would be a pretty good indication that the direction of the pre-shadow is probably more to the upside. But I'm not really seeing this theme card here being the Princess of Cups. I'm not really seeing anything that's transpired yet that would indicate really. I mean, the Fool card, not so much really. There's no correlations here for the Princess of Cups, which would indicate that dip, that's the opportunity, hasn't transpired yet. So I just entered in there. Anybody that has the live updated trading view chart, when they click on this, they go to settings, they can look in the text and it gives you notes on what exactly that is implying you should do. So if you're new to the channel, we're going to go over SPY, we're going to go over Bitcoin, I'm going to tell you guys about a raffle for the university. We want to make it accessible to 2025's university. We want to make it accessible to anybody, not just people who have enough money to pay for how much it costs, but you know, somebody who maybe doesn't have any money or somebody who doesn't have enough money to afford the course. We want to make sure it's still accessible. It's equal opportunity. So we're creating a raffle. I'll show you guys where to enter. It's for free tuition for 2025. There will be one person winning. Wow. Still going. Jeez. At this point, this is going to be a high at the close, very, very clearly. And that probably indicating this has more to do with tomorrow than today. This is a trade stone right here. We started that drop, didn't come down nearly as far. That abundance card, that was like the alternate, is that we have a high here at the close, so that's very likely what will transpire. And then we should have a drop over overnight or in the morning here with this unicursal and this Prince of Cups. If we don't, like, let's say we don't have a significant drop here and start a notable reversal, like if it's not clear that we move to the downside tomorrow, that's a pretty bad sign for shorts. So let's hope that that's what transpires. I would be surprised if there wasn't a turnaround. AB. I'm good. How are you? Airbnb stock direction for tomorrow. It has earnings after hours today, and for Boeing stock direction for tomorrow and next week. Sure thing, man. Is it BNB? I forget what the ticker is. ABNB. Seems to me like somebody knows something, because to see that kind of a run up before earnings, somebody knows something's going on. To the downside significantly through multiple support levels. And the chart reaction, the immediate chart reaction will be something along the lines of a crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels. So this is going bearish tomorrow. I would take profits if you've got profits on this, or I would go short on this. Yeah, this is gonna go south tomorrow, guys. I got like I threw a card to confirm if it was a good trade, and I got the fortune card, which says so much about the trade. Notable reversal and a yes. Money to be made there, guys. So I would definitely take advantage of that. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Missed the last two entries on Bitcoin. It's really frustrating. We were doing really, really solid, and then we missed this entry and we missed this entry. We've been on point about the overall direction of Bitcoin, where the highs will be on the 1 year, on the 1 month. We just missed these two entries. Very, very frustrating. And I have somebody that's like emailing me, telling me how it's all my fault that they didn't get back in. And I'm just like, dude, you know, it sucks, but like, you know, it's pretty offensive. It's like if I was Babe Ruth and I missed swinging the, you know, somebody pitched and I missed the one pitch. I didn't hit the home on the one pitch that person happened to like, you know, bet on, and then they come complaining to Babe Ruth. He'd find that offensive, you know. I mean, it sucks. I don't like letting people down, but like, dude, take responsibility for your own actions. If you're not going to follow the guidance and the offerings I give you, like I'm telling you, I can help you live, offering you some extra support that I've never offered, and you want to turn it down. It's like the third time you've turned down my serious offer to help, like a free, you know. It's the third time you turn it down. Like, I don't want to hear like a third time you coming back to me telling me how you could have made this much money but you didn't because of me. Like, grow up and move on if it doesn't work for you, or take the genuine, sincere offer for help. But don't come at me and tell me how it's all my fault and then tell me, oh, you don't want my help. It's insulting. It's offensive. It shows that you know very little about mentality, not just with trading, but in life general. Because everything out of your mental kind of direction about the situation has been like scarcity mentality, my friend. I'm not trying to insult, but like, you know, reflect on that. There's a reason why it's not working when it's working for so many other people. And I'm not offering those other people the kind of help I offered you. Definitely not for free. So, you know, if you want to turn that down, by all means, but I will never offer it again. Like, seriously, guys, you know what I mean? Look at this, how good I was. Even where we are now and everything, all part of the predictions. I literally just missed a re-entry and a re-entry, and this person's literally judging whether or not my help is valuable based on these two misses out of all of these. I mean, like, are you joking, dude? I'm sorry, maybe I'm rambling, but it's frustrating when the way that I work, how hard I work, severely underpaid for the amount that I work, because I want to help people. And then somebody like doesn't take my help and tries to blame it on me at the same time. Like, come on, man. I got enough things to worry about. I don't need you to dump your problems on me. If you don't want the help, you should probably just stop watching the channel altogether, because it's clearly not working for you, dude. Alright, so we're pretty much on point as far as I was expecting more of a drop there. We did have like this turn to the downside just a little bit at the beginning of the day, but not like I expected. It was more like this sideways rotation ends with a fast sudden move higher, which is the theme card, the orange. So it may be that we attempt to establish support at this price level here. Matter of fact, that's actually what it looks like. No, it's hard to say. There could still be an entry here, guys. Like, we're really kind of on the line based on what's transpired, because the truce card is like this resistance that you hit, and usually you turn around and you decline pretty notably out of it, right? We've got that kind of going on. I would say if we enter into this ready lips here, that's an entry, guys. If we don't enter into that ready lips, then I would say it's really risky to enter at these levels, guys. Really, really risky to enter at these levels. I would just be patient, not chase it. It sucks to miss an entry, But like to like be so concerned about missing an entry, like, oh my god, my life's over, I'm never gonna be able to find another opportunity. Like that is what I'm talking about, dude. That's scarcity mentality. If I'm right most of the time, how are you gonna get pissed about the one time I'm wrong and say no, I don't want your help? Like literally all the other times I could help you make it back and some, but like scarcity mentality is literally preventing you from taking that kind of help. Oh, Avila, I hope you don't think I was talking to you. I was talking to my friend. I'm not going to blow up his name. One of the people that's been following me for a long time. That's why it's so surprising. If you've seen what I'm capable of, why are you like coming at me like I did something wrong? You know, should I just stop trying to help people because I was wrong this one time? What do you guys think? I was wrong this one time helping this guy. No, I was wrong twice in a row helping this guy find a re-entry point into Bitcoin. Should I just stop helping people? Am I doing something wrong because I was wrong those two times? Because that's the kind of attitude he's giving me. Like, oh, you should know better. Like, you know, like you did this to me. So am I like being hypersensitive? Am I like overly offended? Like, should I take it more seriously and be like, oh, well, okay, it's totally my fault. I shouldn't have tried to help you to begin with and just stop altogether? Please let me know if you think I should do that, because it's really aggravating, and it's you can tell it's eating at me, messing with my mentality and my energy right now, actually. That's how toxic the mentality is. Hey, hey, it was luck. Can I guide on Apple tomorrow next week? Sure thing. The December monthly for Apple's already marked up and ready to record. FYI, that one's going to come out relatively soon. Apple's one of the tickers covered by our monthly access subscription, meaning you get live updated trading views, charts, and live Discord trade alerts. See that? I was off on that entry there, but here we are. So hopefully people took that as an opportunity to enter in. If not, yeah, you want to be careful here, guys. So off of the low, off of the November low, there's a big move higher, and you can see how that's pretty much coming to fruition. That's Aeon card in action. Probably have a high here. We probably have a high like in the third week of November. I mean, appreciate it, Avila. Much appreciation for backing me up here. And people do need to learn how to manage their risk. The thing is, in this situation, it's not even about a loss. It's about not making more of a gain. I had, in their eyes, I had them get out too early, and then they didn't even see the entry point where I advised people to get back in because they didn't have the services that I'd offered to them for free to help them. They turned them down, right? So, you know, and then they came at me again, like, oh, there's no entry to get back in. You know what I mean? Like, you made money and you're going to come at me like, oh man, I've done something wrong. It's so ridiculous. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm not compassionate and I don't feel bad somebody kind of missed an opportunity that could have helped them. But like, dude, it's not the end of the world. Like, learn that, you know, I'm going to be wrong some of the time. if you only bet on like once here or there, like I mean, and then you stop because I'm wrong once, it's like, come on, dude, you could have been had winning trades on so many other trades. Who's the one really like creating the issue for you, dude? Sounds to me a lot more to me like it's your own mentality and the way that you're thinking about things. Hence scarcity mentality. Tomorrow and next week. All right, so Apple tomorrow and next week. So tomorrow should be a down day, and it looks like next week might be to the upside. So there are some whiffs that maybe this is one of those. There is a possibility that this is one of those Mercury retrogrades where we go significantly to the upside in the pre-market or in the pre-shadow. We'll know tomorrow. I have a much better determination tomorrow, but right now there is the possibility of that. And based on what I pulled for Apple, it's pretty notably to the upside next week. It's like an unexpected move higher. The start card usually is like something out of a scary decline. So there is a decline between now and that move to the upside. That's what I'm seeing for the market as well. Probably tomorrow is a pretty notable move to the downside. Geez, I hope. If the low for Bitcoin was yesterday, does that imply 74K is the low for the month? If not, what is the low for November? Well, no, the low wasn't yesterday. I have possible low here on the 2nd. Looks like it really ended up being 4th, off quite a bit there. I don't like to be 2 days off. That's what I'm saying. This is a little... Bitcoin went a little haywire at the very end of October. It's still following a pretty solid pattern, but missed a couple of important things here. In any case, there may be a sharp drop from this resistance here to the downside into tomorrow. If there isn't a sharp drop, then what we'll do is we'll attempt to establish support at these levels, followed by a move higher, and then some swinging as we move even higher into like the highs that are around here, around the 11th through the 14th. So, you know, if the fact that this was so off probably indicating that the low is ahead of us. But if tomorrow we come back down to these price levels, then that's a pretty clear indication that this is the lowest price level kind of range right here. So it really, tomorrow's one of those days that sometimes determines a lot of how you can read a reading. It happens sometimes. That's the thing about SO Meta. You don't see everything, and as you know, the present moment starts to fill things in, you can then more clearly see the remainder of the reading, you know? That's why it's so powerful. It's not like other predictions where if you're wrong, hey, what do you do now? You know? Can I guide on UPST and TTD? AV, I'm not sure if I put out the UPST multi-year. Did I do that for you yet? Or is that still on the list? UPST earnings, chart response to earnings. Price swinging going on there. Tomorrow we should have a move to the downside through like two main supports, or through one to meet another one, rotate sideways along the second main support. That's like on a multi-day scale. Next week, there's an important range that's highlighted on a multi-day scale, where we're bound within a range, or we're bound at one end of a range. So it's either we're like bound at the upper end of a range, or we're bound within a range next week. But it looks like a down day tomorrow. Oh, my bad. I forgot about Boeing. I'll come back to that in just a sec, B. This one's going higher based on earnings, although tomorrow there's a peak that will sell off from pretty notably. Next week's pretty mixed, back and forth through the same price level, probably revisit a high. Boeing stock direction. The fact that they're like so upset about it and like not accepting free help is just like, it just shows how little they actually know about trading. Because anybody who knows something about trading would be like, oh man, it happens. Like they're like, they wouldn't be like, oh dude, you're the worst. It's a quick way to piss off the best analyst in the fucking world. Excuse my French. Have some respect. So Boeing tomorrow. All right, Hermes, you want to go down? We're gonna go in a minute, buddy. So what this looks like right now is this mixed. This is like fortune behavior, like multiple reversals. Either that or this ends up being a pretty big reversal and we have this move to the upside. Mid-month, there should be a pretty big move higher. So tomorrow and the next day, pretty mixed tomorrow. A lot of volatility. Next week, it looks like it's a... Whoa. Looks like it's to the downside next week. So probably the end of that week or the beginning of the third week is where we should see this move to the upside. Should be a pretty big move to the upside, guys. Like, there's a Magus card there. There's a strong indication of a year's high there. I didn't see it when I did the reading. But looking at it now, it's very clear there's a strong indication of a year's high there in November. So if you're bullish, just hang tight, guys. It's a little mixed here. But there should be a really big move to the upside. probably starting midway through the month. Hey, Breath. Will GLNK Grayscale Link perform as well as Link during this bull run? And will Link do a 5 times to 7 times run relative to current price? Let's take a look. Wonder if we got anything for this yet. Did I miss it? There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Wonder, do I have anything for 24? This is actually one that's covered by Total Access subscription. I've mentioned them a couple times. If you're new to the channel, at the end of this live, I'll show you guys how to get it. I'm also going to let you guys, if you just hopped on, know about the raffle for free tuition to our Investor Profit University 2025, class of 2025. All right, so Glink versus Link. Will it do as well as Link? Or I guess which one does better is a better question. Which one will do better, GLNK or LINK in the next bull run? I'll do that again. It doesn't look like it's going to do nearly as well as Link, FYI. And then you want to know if it's 5 to 7 this bull run. Currently $12.62. I got a yes. It's in the 5 to 7 range. Maybe even more, actually. That's a huge move. It's a huge move. It does look pretty bullish here at the end of the year. And then that's a pretty big deal, 2025 card. I've got a 2025 reading on Link. That's something that you would get with the Total Access subscription. You'd have access to the paid version of that. All right, let's see what else we got. Will Meta open lower, be more overall bull or bear tomorrow? Oops. Meta ticker covered by our monthly access subscription. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Looks like I might have been too late on the entry for that, but I mean, I drew this circle how long ago? I'm gonna move this up most likely, take a look at it again. Looks like it opened significantly lower with the big move from the bottom of the range back up to the top of a range. I'm gonna move this. This entry's still not, it's not off the table yet, but I've seen crazier things happen, but I am gonna move this up a little bit just to be more conservative. Is there a good entry for gold in November? I haven't done the markup yet for that one, but I do have a bit. I have like minor bit of work on it. I mean, nothing really stands out as a great entry there. I think... Let me take a look. Gold also covered by our monthly access subscription. So we have highs here in November, highs for the year. And it looks like probably see it again on the cusp of November, December. It does look like we have 2 lows in November as well. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything clear as an entry. We're probably towards the end of the bull run for gold. Ugh, I'm so behind on some of these 2025s. I got to do this one too. It does look like it goes higher, significantly higher in 2025. So an entry. With that said, there's probably an entry. Where'd it go? I'm still not getting anything clear. Well, I would say ask in December, and by then I'll have a lot more information for you on December. Or ask later in November even. Do I recommend overnight short on SPY, and how will a tiny alt called Fridge do November, December? Should be a pretty good drop overnight. I know I said that yesterday, but even so, that's what happens sometimes when the sequence of events, the timing on the sequence of events, like is a little off. You need to remember to follow the sequence of events. What I used to be like, oh, I'm wrong, and then I'd like do something silly, and then I'd end up being right after I already made the bad choice. You know what I mean? For the most part, sometimes it's off, but for the most part, even when the timing is off, the sequence of events should be right on point. You know. You could probably short it. Yeah, you could probably short it here. I wouldn't wait because it looks like we might go south here pretty hard. And you want to close out of that. I mean, a good easy trade would be to close it here in the morning, provided we open significantly to the downside. Otherwise, there's several places along the way where you could probably close out of it. If you're looking to do like just an overnight swing, but if you get an expiration, if it's options, you get expiration out past like the 22nd, should be able to ride a notable move to the downside pretty well. All right, guys, I'm going to cap the questions here. I'm going to answer that Fridge and Mr. question, and then I'll show you guys how to do the raffle and how to get access to those subscriptions if you're new. They're like if you're new to the channel, guys, those are game trainers. I do not recommend trying to trade these predictions without having the full prediction. And even with the full prediction, I do not recommend trading this information without the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading views. Once you've done it for a while, it becomes much easier, and you can do it on your own. But it's very, very complicated, and a lot more complicated than it looks when you first start. So the best way to do that is with these game-changing tools, the Discord trade alerts and updated trading view charts. Again, I'll show you in just a moment how to get that stuff. All right, so Fridge for November and December. Overall, from now through the end of the year, this should rally into a resistance and then break down from that resistance. Oh, interesting. the heck? Sorry guys, my cable. There we go. I'm guessing it's probably this one here. So it looks like it's notably to the downside. So probably what happens is we rally into a resistance, not too far from, right? And then we should move to the downside pretty notably throughout the month of November, moving more bullish in December, bumping along resistance sideways, maybe breaking through, bumping along another one, but it's going to be down then up. Oh, Mister. Throughout the remainder of November. Looks like we're gonna decline from resistance, return to resistance, maybe do it more than once, but at least once we should decline from this resistance that we've created. Yeah. China stocks in November and December. Notably bullish in December. Looks like we create like a high or a top of some kind. There's an important technical price level of resistance in November, and we decline from it through multiple supports. It's kind of like stocks in general. Netflix stock direction tomorrow. How did SMCI, what? That's not supposed to. A lot of volatility. I'm sensing volatility and like sidewaysy stuff going on. All right, my friends. So the raffle I was telling you guys about. This is. I wanted to make sure I'm sure I've mentioned the Investor Profit University it's going to be pricey, guys, because the idea is to get a group of people together to intensively train how to do this stuff, and it's way more than just reading the cards. It's way more than knowing up and down. It's about mentality, it's about metaphysics, it's about discipline, it's about lifestyle. All that stuff is going to be part of what we teach, and so it's going to be pricey, and for good reason. Hopefully if we get the number that we're expecting, it'll also put the business in a different situation financially, and we'll be able to then day trade with leveraged funds finally. That's when we start making serious dough. So with that said, I wanted to also at the same time ensure that it remained accessible to anybody regardless of how much money you have, because it's important that we help people who need to make money that don't have it, right? So we've got this under IPU on our website, terrorfortraders.com. Go to IPU, click on that. We've got the Investor Profit University raffle. You enter your name, your email, and upload an ID. Guys, I'm serious about this. Anybody found entering the multiple submissions, i.e. more than one submission to this raffle, will be immediately disqualified, no questions at all. All right, don't waste my time. I'm busy enough, so just don't do it. And please, guys, I'm sure that most of you are kind enough, if you make money, leave it to somebody that doesn't make money, you know? There's a point to us doing this. So that's there, guys. And that'll be up until the moment that we actually pick the one person out of the drawing at random. And there's no purchase necessary, just to be clear for that as well. Now, if you're interested in those services, the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts, same website, terrorfortraders.com. You hover over order now, click on subscriptions. Monthly access is $300 a month. It's our most popular subscription to date, and it gets you the full monthly predictions for all of these tickers here. Apple, all these tickers right here. It gets you the full monthly prediction for all of those, where we predict by the day, or we read it by the day and give you the highs and the lows to the day, all the best trades, all that stuff. It also covers the most important stuff, the game changers, the live Discord trade alerts for all of these tickers, and live updated trading view charts. Each Discord channel for these tickers has pinned to the top of it a link to our live updated trading view chart. So with those two tools, guys, it becomes so much easier to make money. Again, you see with this Bitcoin chart, I'm not right all the time, guys. I have no problem telling you guys that, or I don't hide my accuracy at all. Like, that would be the most irresponsible thing to ever do, right? But if you look at it, these are entries and exits. If you're new to the channel, right? Pretty solid. However, I missed this entry, saw the direction going up here and saw highs up here, but I just missed these entries. So be careful, because that happens. I'm not always right. Still, most of the time I am. So super valuable information, game-changing information. If you're interested in the total access subscription, that gets you access to not only these tickers, but all of the tickers that we cover on a one-year chart prediction basis. It gets you access to the full video for each of these tickers, as well as the ones in monthly. And it gets you the live Discord trade alerts, live updated trading view charts for all of this stuff as well. Really, the best ways to support the channel, if you're planning to actually trade SO meta-analysis information, these, like, you're serious about it, you want to have one of these, guys. Like, to do it on your own, I mean, some people do really well. Most people do all right, but like there's some people that just don't do well, because there's other components other than just knowing up and down. And anybody that's traded this information knows that full well. All right, my friends, with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you all so much for watching. The next regularly scheduled live stream is actually tomorrow at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I may be able to hop on in the morning as well, but I'm not promising it because the morning's tough. But I will be on 3 p.m., 4 p.m. tomorrow. Blessings. Thanks to everybody watching. Blessings to all my angel investors. My friends, whole purpose of the channel, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders. If you find yourself like you made some money, and then the next trade you didn't make money, and the next trade you didn't make money, I guarantee you it's because the time you made that money, you didn't follow the rule of karma. The channel will protect us generally, for the most part. It will protect this information from being misused. So the purpose of the channel is whenever you profit, to take 5% of the profits, go to our resources tab here. 5% of the profits should be donated forward to a charity. We have links to charities right here, super easy. It doesn't have to be one of these, just make sure you're paying it forward. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. If you're international, you can use Wise, you can use crypto QRs. If you're not international, best way is Zelle. But that leaves you with 10%. It's way more than any stockbroker or analyst is ever going to leave you. Their performance isn't anywhere near the same caliber as mine, and they make money whether or not you make money. Like, You give me 5% of your profits, not of your total investment. A stockbroker takes 4%, maybe twice. So 8% of the total investment, whether you make money or not. So it's super fair, super humble. Anybody that knows much about finance industry knows that. Much love and appreciation leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, your universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Not to mention, we see you regularly following through on the rule of karma, and you get access to some private Discord channels that are only for our angel investors, where we have all of our special offers, and I ask them questions about tickers that need to be covered and all sorts of stuff. So you want to be in there. Blessings, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.